Hello, you lovely people. This is me, Chef Varun Inamdar, and welcome to Rajshri Food. Well, today's recipe is that of a very unique curry straight from the heart of Kerala. This one is a mango curry called Mango Pulissery. Let's begin. The beauty of this curry is to take mangoes, which are, of course, nice, ripe, yet firm. Now, generally, a variety called Natu or here in Mumbai, we actually call this a Lal Bagh mango just purely because it's red in color and red is lal. But otherwise, you can choose a variety of mango that you personally prefer. Just ensure that it's tinier and it's ripe. Very essentially important. The idea is to remove the cap off and peel this mango. Once the mangoes are peeled and placed in the pan, let's add in a few flavorings before moving forward. The first one, of course, curry leaves, nice and fresh. We move them off the sprig, add in a few green chilies to spike up this recipe. Again, you can use this in complete moderation and the choice is completely yours. This, of course, is slightly sweet, of course, because of the mangoes, but this recipe also has jaggery. Again, little or more is a complete personal choice. I'm just adding in a wee bit of jaggery because the mangoes in this case are extremely sweet. Moving on to a touch of red chili powder, a touch of turmeric powder, salt, and mind you, till now the flame is off, 2 cupfuls of water. At this point in time, let's turn the flame on and allow this to cook for at least 7 to 8 minutes on medium to high flame. The mangoes, of course, need to become nice and tender. Remember the fact that they're ripened already. It's not going to take too long for it to completely lose its shape. The shape has to be retained, and that's the beauty of this recipe. 7 minutes on the clock, and that's about perfect. While this is bubbling away to glory, let's move on to the next step, and that is making a coconut chutney, a coconut paste, for which, of course, the first thing that's required, fresh coconut. Followed up with dried red chilies. Now the idea here is to just add in nuances of flavor to this recipe. Let's not change the color, let's not make it red. It still has to be yellow with a different yellow coming in from the mangoes as well. So just adding in some broken red chilies. Along with this, shallots, cloves of garlic, a few seeds of fenugreek. Well, I like adding this in the chutney as well. Of course, for the tempering, this would also be used again. A touch of turmeric powder, remembering the fact that turmeric has already been added into the mangoes. Cumin seeds, and along with this, a little bit of water to ensure this becomes like a nice chutney, almost like a idli chutney, that kind. Let's not make it pasty and smooth, slightly gritty is the key. Let's add in this coconut paste into the mangoes that are getting cooked. Let's mix in and bring all of this together. At this point in time, you may wish to add in a cupful of water to ensure this is nice and thick and curry-like. Once this is achieved, the next step is to add in fresh homemade curd, which is whipped at least once, twice over. Finally, with this, off goes the flame. I'm going to move this aside and bring in a tempering pan, a tablespoon of oil. For this, of course, you can bring in your best quality coconut oil as well. Allow this to heat. Let's begin with fenugreek seeds, mustard seeds, cumin seeds, thinly sliced shallots. Once the shallots just kind of begin to turn golden brown in color, we're going to add in sprigs of curry leaves yet again. Once our tempering is done and ready, we flash this onto the mango curry, a pulissery. With this, ladies and gentlemen, Mango Pulissery Kerala style is done and ready, and this traditionally is served with Kerala red rice or matta rice. If you cannot lay your hands on that, just make steamed rice and savor this with that. Bye for now.